Whenever you're ready.
Alright, November 4th, 2008 is pretty much a date that will live in infamy. Ever since the Democratic nomination, the media started labeling the 2008 presidential election a historical one. Why? Because one of the candidates was a black man, which would disturb America's history of presidents' qualifications. I learned in my U.S. History AP class in my junior year in high school that there are unwritten qualifications to be president. The three are white male, prior to this, and veterans of the armed forces. As we all know, Barack Obama got the nomination, and when he won, there was celebration worldwide. Ironically, Obama officially became president the day after Martin Luther King's birthday. There was some debate of whether Obama was MLK's dream or not. On that day, on January 19, 2009, CNN took a poll and found out that 69% of blacks believe that the dream has been fulfilled by 46% of whites feel that it hasn't. Ever since Obama became a likely candidate of the Democratic Party, the color of his skin has always been in the air and took off more and more as he became more and more popular, with the possibility of him becoming the first African-American president of the United States. There's more than one argument to support that he isn't the dream, however, I will only use one today. Obama is not the fulfillment of MLK's dream because of the biased media. Today, I will prove to you exactly that by defining what MLK's dream is, revealed how the bias of the media helped Obama win, and with quotes from Obama in his race speech and MLK's eldest son concerning the matter. Martin Luther King made his infamous and historical I Have a Dream speech on August 28, 1963 on the steps of Lincoln Memorial. Quote, "In spite of the difficulties of the moment, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a desert state, sweltering with the heat of injustice and oppression, will be transformed to an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my four children will one day will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day the state of Alabama will be transformed into a situation where little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. From every mountainside let freedom ring. When we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day when all God's children will be able to join hands and sing of the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last." MLK's dream's main point is that he dreams that people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, by how they do and handle things, by who they are. Racism has existed since the beginning of time. People hate each other because of the color of their skin, because of their ethnicity, because of their religion, and for other many ridiculous reasons. And although there have been amendments to the U.S. Constitution and laws added to ensure that everyone is treated equally, racism and prejudices still exist, and they cannot be erased. Laws and amendments cannot change a person's way of thinking. They cannot change a person's personality. Barack Obama is the first black president of the United States of America. And although that is historical and it seems that the dream has been fulfilled, it hasn't. It's because Obama became the media's golden boy. Although there was no way to ignore the fact of him being black, the biased media exploited that fact, which means Obama has yet to be given a chance to be judged solely on his character. The media is a nasty and brutal business, and being biased just makes it even worse. In 1987, 62% of the public believed election coverage was free of partisan bias and was down to 38% by 2004. There was also quite a few examples to prove that the media is biased. The rapper Eminem, I hope I said that right, recently came out with a song titled "We Made You," which he puts women who are most popular in the media this past year in very demeaning ways, including Sarah Palin. After watching the video myself, I was disgusted and very upset with how he was able to get away with putting women in such a demeaning way. It wasn't just Sarah Palin, it was Lindsay Lohan and Jessica Simpson. pretty fierce. After the well-known Fox newscaster, Bill O'Reilly, called the media out on not making a big deal video, when in February, they came to the defense of a respected veteran left-wing AP reporter, Helen Thomas, when O'Reilly was mocking her when she asked Obama if he thought the Taliban was hiding in Pakistan and mocked her as the Wicked Witch of the East. And he visited in Kathleen. Women activist groups came rushing to protect Helen Thomas, but we have yet to hear a peep from them in defense of their appealing, when they would have if it would have been a liberal woman. The media, since the beginning of Obama's campaign, raised the obvious of this being a historical election. Why? Not because Obama was offering something no other president candidate has ever offered before, not because he was inexperienced, not because he was a candidate of a minor party, but because he was black. Take away the color of his skin, and you have your regular far left-wing Democrat. He supports universal health care, higher taxes, protection of the climate and the environment, supports abortion, disagrees with the war in Iraq, supports illegal immigrants, and believes that the government should regulate more with businesses. Your average Democrat. He studied for 2 years at Bellstar College in LA, and then transferred to Columbia University, and graduated in the top 1% of his class from Harvard Law School in 1991. As you can see, he's well educated and went to very prestigious schools, like most candidates for presidency. Take away the color of his skin, and he's just a regular Democrat promoting change. Add the color of his skin, and now he's different, and his promises of change are legit. When you get down to it, he's a regular person with the regular views of the major parties. The media plays the race card for him above anybody else, which takes away the MLK stream of being judged on character, not the color of skin. Unlike the media, Obama does not believe he is it. Throughout his A More Perfect Union speech, which is commonly referred to as the race speech, he is defending his pastor, the Reverend Wright, and his controversial and racist sermons that went throughout the media. With explanations, he put explanations of why Wright felt that way, and it wasn't. He said that he said that he wasn't preaching about the racist society. It was just how the society hadn't changed since the Civil Rights Movement, in which he grew up in. Obama goes on to address black anger versus white anger and what he calls the middle class squeeze, and how they blame each other, how the blame should be on Washington and on the corporations and not towards each other for loss of their jobs. He says, both blacks and whites resent each other, without recognizing they are both grounded in legitimate concerns. This is where we are right now. It's a racial stalemate we've been stuck in for years, contrary to the claims of some of my critics, black and white. I've never been so naive as to believe that we can get beyond our racial divisions in a single election cycle, or with a single candidacy, especially a candidacy as imperfect as my own. He himself knows and believes that he is not the fulfillment of the dream. Martin Luther King III, MLK's eldest son, president and CEO of the nonprofit group Realizing the Dream, also does not believe Obama is the fulfillment of the dream. He wrote an article for the Washington Post on January 19, 2009, saying, "As bright a day as November 4th was in our nation's history, it is important to remember that Barack Obama's election is not a solution for racial relations in this country. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, yet segregation ran rampant for another 100 years. Blacks were given the right to vote in 1965, and it took 43 more years for an African American to rise to the nation's highest office. Though it carries us further down the path toward equality, Barack Obama's election is not one of my father's dream." With the proof I have presented, you can now agree with my argument that Obama is not the fulfillment of the MLK dream due to the bias of the media. A single person can't accomplish it for everyone. Would have to become colorblind and open-minded to make it happen. As long as the media continues to be biased and is allowed to do so, an open-minded colorblind society is out of reach. We need to take a step back and learn and understand for ourselves who people are by their character, not by the color of the skin. For it's character who defines a person, not their color.